Morning and happy Friday to you. It's another strong start to trade in the equity markets here in India. The Nifty 50 gaining about 0.7% as we speak, holding on to gains from the early part of today's session. Now it's hovering around 14,800 above that mark, and if you actually think about it, we have been in a range of between 15,000 on the upside and 14,250 on the downside. And of course, there are some indications that there is an impact of the second wave. Consumer confidence in the month of April came in 3.8% lower. That's the biggest drop since about a year ago when the pandemic first struck. But having said that, the commentary that we've been hearing from the management of various companies is that the second wave of the pandemic is not as damaging to the economy and to industrial activity as the first wave was. And in fact, various other measures, including what the RBI has come in and done on the relief side for banks, is giving a little bit of confidence that perhaps those issues with asset quality that you would imagine would come on account of such a disruption will not really be a problem. So a closer look at the Nifty 50 gainers, then you've got close to 40 gainers on the Nifty, and the top five, of course, you've got the steel stocks that are on a tear. You've got Tata Steel that's up over 3% today. JSW Steel not too far behind, about 1.3%, cooling off just a tad bit. M&M is doing quite well for itself, up about 2.6%. IndusInd Bank as much as 1.75%, and Bharti Airtel 1.65%. HDFC Bank is also doing reasonably well. Host of banks are doing well. HDFC, and I'm talking about the NBFC here, is up about 1% ahead of its results, and that is what we're building up to. On the losing end, you have Tata Consumer that's losing a significant amount of ground, down about 5%. Hero MotoCorp, Bajaj Auto down in trade today, but remember that they were the big gainers in yesterday's session. Hero MotoCorp, of course, posting results for the fourth quarter ahead of expectations, and that was a positive, perhaps to a certain extent, profit taking being done today. BPCL also looking a tad bit weak, down about 1%. Eicher Motors 1%. So the auto pack as a whole looking a tad bit weak today after the gains that it made yesterday, and in fact that is what the sectoral picture is also telling you. Apart from auto, which at this juncture is only about 0.1% lower right now, all of the other indices are in the green. So you have the bank, Nifty Bank, that is gaining about 0.7%. FMCG that's up about 0.2%. IT that's up about 0.5%, but of course the metals pack as a whole is doing particularly well for itself, again in trade, up